I'm Colin O'Keefe, and this is LXBN TV. The SEC announced late last month that its Whistleblower Bounty program had handed out its third award, and it was a big one, coming in at $14 million. But will awards like these actually improve the SEC's compliance efforts? Joining me now to share his thoughts on this topic is Steve Pearlman. He is a partner at Proskauer and author on the firm's blog, Proskauer Whistleblower Defense. Steve, let's start with the topic of tips. Will awards like these lead to more and better tips coming into the SEC, or is it possible we could see more people just looking to cash in with awards like this?
Well, Colin, we're dealing with a program that still in many respects is at a nascent stage. It's at its infancy. So we have to, in some respects, rely on what we've heard from the SEC in terms of the quality of tips that it's received. Last year, the SEC received 3,001 tips, and we're told that there's around an equal number this year, if not more. The SEC has also reported out that it believes that the quality of tips will increase as a result of this award. That, of course, remains to be seen. We're only in the second year of this program right now. It is certainly conceivable that with an award of this huge magnitude, that there's going to be an influx of new claims. And some folks may look at this opportunistically as an opportunity to play the lottery. And in doing so, you may see some claims that are half-baked. You may see some claims that are ill-conceived or unfounded, or where folks just simply didn't do their homework and may be acting on a hunch. And the SEC will have to weed through those types of complaints. The concerns that I would think the SEC would have in that sort of instance is, well, does this dilute the quality of the program and the effectiveness of the program, and is this counter to the spirit of the program? Now, the concerns that you'd see from the company side also is that will folks be more concerned about sharing information? Will managers be afraid that somebody's looking over their shoulder opportunistically? Will there be an abuse of the process? Again, we're at a very early stage. All of what I've told you are conceivable potential outcomes. So we're going to have to monitor this very closely.
Absolutely. And then, of course, with these awards and the compliance program, the SEC isn't just looking for more tips, it's looking for this to trickle up a bit and for the companies that it regulates to focus more on compliance. Do you think that this program and the awards will accomplish that goal and force companies to focus more on compliance?
I think it's conceivable, if not likely, that this $14 million bounty will be a wake-up call. The SEC has taken pains to increase the likelihood that its program will heighten corporate awareness and of fraud and of whistleblowing, and really increase the likelihood that companies will put more money into their compliance function and make those functions more robust. So I think that this is a resounding wake-up call for employers who have sat around wondering, where are the awards? How effective will this program be? We've had 2 awards that preceded this most recent award, and the size of those awards was relatively small. Now that companies see that there is a $14 million bounty and it's just the third, it's quite likely that corporations are going to take steps to increase the likelihood that whistleblowers will keep their complaints internal, or at least go internal first. And I would submit that that is indeed what's best for shareholders and for the company and employees alike. The reason is the promptitude is so critical when you're doing investigations. So if whistleblowers are incentivized to report internally first, investigations can be conducted more promptly and you can get better results. But in sum, I do, Colin, believe that the $14 million bounty will encourage companies to put more resources into strengthening their compliance programs.
As you mentioned, this program is in its very early stages, and we're already seeing some massive awards. So it is definitely, again, a resounding wake up call. Again, that was Stephen Pearlman of Proskauer. To read more of his insight on this case and others in this space, be sure to visit whistleblowerdefense.com. It is whistleblower-defense.com. Thank you for joining me today, Steve.
Thanks very much, Colin.